What's going on, guys? My name is Rumble Skrash. In today's video I'm gonna be talking about the hybrid team of Kaido and the side team. But before I start, I actually wanted to mention, well, I think I actually mentioned in one of my previous video because as you probably know by now, like I'm on holiday and all these videos are programmed, so I'm recording it previously. So I think I already mentioned it first in one other of my videos, but I'm actually decided to open a Patreon account. So if you want, you can go check it here on the description of the video. I would really appreciate it if you would like to help me a lot, but I appreciate you guys whether you do that or not. I'm mentioning in this video because I'm doing it right now, but I don't really know if I'm gonna have mentioned it in some other of my videos. And as I mentioned in other videos, probably uh, in that kind of thing, I would like to, I don't know, like be able to give you a more personalized advice on the units that on the teams attacking and both attacking and defense teams that you could build, depending on the units that you're missing and the units that you have. Maybe some other cool stuff, maybe testing some teams, and I don't know, like some and in general chatting about PvP and everything. I think I will create some kind of like a chat or a community so that we can kind of talk and share results of matches and everything. And yeah, probably also adding by the ID to the friend list so that we can, I don't know, like help each other. So with normal like Izuna or maybe or something like this. But yeah, so without further, let's actually start with this video. We're gonna be talking about how to beat the hybrid team. So the hybrid team is basically this team with Kaido inside a side team, and there's some different variations. So mainly we're gonna be going up against the ones that we can find. But basically, this B2 Kuzan is actually a very good unit for a quick hybrid team because it basically will buff the speed of both of these typings and then will buff the defense for level 3 for the whole match. So that's immediately really good, and the special is actually kind of nice. Unfortunately, if there's no strength or int units in the enemy team, which is what's gonna be happening, this special just deals 1400 fixed damage to all enemies, so it's not that bad, but it does not match for what the cooldown is. But yeah, that's the only downside of the character if you're not going up against a strength or int unit. But if not, it's a really good unit because he will massively buff the speed and defense for the whole match of these two typings. Some other options that you might have been seeing are actually using this B3 law here. This is the variation that I was using to go up against slashers. But yeah, so as I said, like we're not gonna be using this team. We're gonna be trying to beat and counter this team. And I have some different options. I will be showing you three options in particular. So this one is gonna be the first option using the Shirahoshi side team. I have seen that it works quite well. Keep in mind that all of these teams are really top tier teams, so it's not gonna be a guaranteed win. But a lot of the times the Shirahoshi team manages to get the win because if you manage to first tank that special of Kaido and then heal, and the Shirahoshi is under 50%, you can do pretty cool stuff. But sometimes it can go in a bad way, and well, also just keep in mind that the enemy team is also an 8-man team, so the bench units can sometimes play a bad RNG role in your side of the field. But yeah, so the second option is gonna be this team actually. So it's gonna be the same team that we're gonna be using to beat quick teams. So I haven't uploaded a video yet, but this is mainly one of the teams that I'm gonna be using to beat quick teams. I haven't uploaded it yet because I wanted, so this is going to be the same team that we're going to be using against quick teams. I have already uploaded a video talking about this. But yeah, so just keep in mind, like as I was saying, I am going to be on holiday for until the half of July or something like this, like the second week of July. So all these videos are pre-recorded. So right now I'm recording this video before having recorded the countering of quick teams video. So I don't know how that went, but I'm assuming it went pretty well. Like the only problem is that right now I cannot record it because Ace vs Akainu hasn't released yet, and I wanted to wait for that full quick team to appear. Like this team is already beating all the quick teams without versus Akainu, but I want to wait until versus Akainu comes. So yeah, But this team also works quite well against the hybrid team. The only problem is that the Corazon is only debuffing Kaido. So mainly if the Corazon doesn't get to activate the special and buff the defense of himself and the other units, probably you will lose, because if you lose Corazon, it will take some time to beat the enemy units, and as the enemy team has an 8-man team, it's gonna be kind of hard to keep up the pace with your own 8-man team, but because you are already down on one unit, and that can be a downside. And then the third option is actually gonna be something like this. I have used it, and I really like it. It works quite well. Like the main idea is just to debuff Sai with Konis and Katakuri, debuff their defense of the Sai units with Katakuri's passive, and of all of the units that you can with Bellamy and Roger if you can, and then basically deal a lot of damage with Kaido. And the main idea also is for Konis to die, so that you get a PvP Whitebeard combined with Kaido that can deal a lot of damage combined with all this defense down. I mean, if she activates, it's not that bad, because she will mainly probably action bind or special bind some units, but the ideal thing is for you to get the damage. So yeah. So the first team we're gonna be going up against is actually this one. So actually this one is not gonna be an 8-man team. So we're gonna be going up against them, for example, with that Corazon variation, so that you can see. I think this is not the best option to go like to use. So I'm gonna be running it against a non-fully 8-man team, so that you can see that it can work quite well, but it can have some troubles, because if I have troubles here, if there's 8 units, probably I will have a lot of troubles in at the late game. But yeah, so this is some option that you can run if there's like a, I would say if there's like a 5-man team, even a 6 or 7-man team. If it's a fully max 8-man team, you can still get the win, but it's much more scarier, and maybe I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, as in the quick team, the Kaido is getting massively debuffed by Law and Corazon, but the rest of the units are actually also getting debuffed by either Law or NL. The only unit that's not getting debuffed at all is the Rebecca Toy Soldier. But yeah, so as you can see, the enemy units have a lot of defense, but the Kaido doesn't. And maybe now we're gonna be getting him even lower on defense, which is gonna be quite nice. And as you can see, my Corazon will actually get to activate. The defense of the enemy units is actually really low right now, and we actually get the defense on the Corazon himself. It's unfortunate that he didn't buff the defense of any other unit, because well, he dies, but it's okay. Like, we managed to heal the units, and now we will get some fixed damage with B3 Law, and also some damage with the enel whenever he gets to attack. So let's see if we can actually deal, but as you can see, it's looking like it's way more closer than other matches, because now we will have to tank the special of enel. Our B3 Law will probably die here, and yeah, and the Kaido too. Sorry, PP Whitebeard too actually. So let's see, probably Roger will die with this normal attack. Oh no, actually it wasn't attacking Roger. But as you can see, the enemy units have already a lot of defense, which is really unfortunate. Probably the Roger is dying now with a normal attack. Yes, actually. So very. I mean, normally it doesn't work that way. It can work in a much nicer way, but here we might even get the win. But as you can see, yeah, it was very close. If it had been there had been more units there, we would have lost. So I don't recommend using this Corazon variation against the hybrid variation, because the side part of the hybrid variation is very strong. It has a lot of defense, and even if you kill Kaido, you might be struggling with the rest of the units, because you already lost on one spot of cost 55, which is Corazon. So we're gonna be actually trying to find another hybrid team and using the other two options, so either the Shirahoshi variation or that specific counter. So I'm not really sure which one I want to use first. I have to find a hybrid team, and well, sometimes it's kind of hard. So if I don't know what that was, so sometimes it's kind of hard, but if I can't manage to find it, okay, here there is one. This has a B3 law in it, so I'm gonna be using now, let's see, I think I wanna be using now first this one and see how it goes. I have used it quite a bit, but not really a lot. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it performs. I will be showing also some screenshots at the end of this video, and maybe also some clips in fast mode so that you can see more results and how it works and everything. But yeah, so I gotta say, like, this hybrid team is kind of really scary, but in general it performs really well. But in my opinion, this hybrid team is also quite up there with the best teams in Pro Rumble, together with side teams and quick teams and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be uploading a tier list video. So I actually uploaded the tier list video, and as you guys saw, that team was actually a very high team in that tier list. So uh, this is just going to prove that, because even if you build some kind of counters, it can be a lot of RNG, which is what it should be when talking about some very high tier units like that. So as you guys saw, we managed to get rid of the Kaido before he popped the special, and that was actually massive. Probably we will lose on one unit here. Okay, so we lost category, which is actually not bad at all, because we will get the defense, a rainbow defense from enel, and that's actually going to be massive, while at the same time being able to kill the Roger. So that is massive. And with killing Roger, we have actually arranged the positioning for PvP Whitebeard to target all units, and now it's pretty much GG, I would say. We will get the special of Roger, which will just massively debuff them. Unfortunately, we didn't get to kill any of the units, and the PvP Whitebeard will actually get to activate. So yeah, that was quite unfortunate, to be honest. But let's see, with normal attacks we should be doing fine. The only thing that's scaring me right now is the special of the enel, apart from this, which, well, PvP Whitebeard was almost dead anyway. So okay, so yeah, we will get the special of Kaido, hopefully. Let's see. um, I think whenever we get the special of Kaido, we are gonna be fine, but we first have to get it. Okay, here it is. Yes, as you guys saw, B3 Lloyd just alone there, and now it's just GG. We will even get the special of NL, and that's it. But as you guys saw, it was pretty close. But a lot of the times with these side hybrid teams, with the side teams, and even quick teams, the scary things are the bench. So you can be doing quite fine until the last seconds of the match, where the bench and the Soba Mask and PP Whitebeard and units like that just completely start to destroy you. But we're gonna be doing one more match with this team variation, and then we're gonna be using the Shirahoshi one. So let's see if we can find a third team. Let's see. If not, I'm gonna be right back. So I managed to find another one. It's also with B3 Law. This is the most common variation. Sometimes I have seen the B3 Kuzan, and yeah, it all these things perform in a similar way. But the thing is that with B3 Law, our Kaido is getting debuffed, as well as the Bellamy and well, category 2. But actually, to be honest, the special of category doesn't really matter that much, and it's actually not that bad if we actually lose category and we get a fully max, probably enel from the bench, because the first unit to probably die is gonna be Konis, hopefully, and then we get fully max PvP Whitebeard from the bench. But yeah, so in terms of positioning, they actually have a pretty bad positioning with the Kaido there, but with such strong teams, that doesn't really matter that much. Like, it can still beat you if you are unlucky, but as you guys see, the Kaido is taking a lot of damage, and we will hopefully get the special of Bellamy before he dies, but I don't see him in the chain. Okay, he's there. Hopefully, okay, their Kaido will get to activate. That's really unfortunate, to be honest. And yeah, probably we will lose a lot of units there, but actually we managed to get the special of Bellamy, which is actually really nice. And we will lose a lot of units here, but we'll get two fully max units from the bench. They have really low defense. We managed to kill their Kaido, and they don't get a fully max PvP Whitebeard from the bench. And we will hopefully actually manage to get now the special of Katakuri if he doesn't die here. Okay, he dies. Not that big of a deal, but kind of unfortunate to be honest because he barely died. And okay, that was so bad RNG this match. Okay, that was kind of crazy to be honest. Like I don't really understand. I'm gonna be doing one more match because this was ridiculous. Like I don't understand why this happened the way that it happened, why that Kaido activated so fast, and why my units had such low defense when the Kaido activated. So and then when I got a fully max PP Whitebeard and Enel from the bench, they absolutely did nothing. So it was kind of ridiculous. But I'm gonna be doing more matches with this team because for the times that I have tested, this has actually been the worst match that I have ever done with this team. But it's interesting to see that it can happen. It hadn't happened to me. But yeah, let's see actually the third match. But it just goes to show that it's PvP at the end of the day, and it's kind of bad RNG. After seeing such a bad match, I think I want to go back to um, like not going up against a fully 8-man team and to see how it actually performs against the main team, because sometimes the main thing is the main team and maybe the sixth team, the sixth unit I mean, because the fact that it is an 8-man team, it just goes to a very RNG late game, but it doesn't matter the team that you're using. A lot of the times it will happen against such strong teams, and yeah, sometimes it can get you can get the win, but it's still RNG. So let's see. As normal, the Kaido doesn't activate now. Like it was very unfortunate for the previous match that happened, and we actually have kind of good luck here because our Bellamy will actually target the defense down, and now we will get the Kaido special. So as you guys saw, in the previous match it worked really well for them, but in this match it worked really well for me. So yeah, like it's RNG, it can happen. And now unfortunately they will actually activate their Kaido somehow. uh, don't really get how, but well, now we should be okay. Our Kaido should not be dying here with the special of Roger, and then we will just destroy them with the special of the enel and the Subo Mask. And yeah, they have some defense. Mainly their Roger is, I think, the only unit that's gonna be left alive here. So it's just 1 versus 4. If it had been a more full match, probably it would have been we would have been in trouble if it had been like 6 units or 7 units there. Just because that Kaido actually got to activate somehow with just almost 0 HP. So, well, I mean, it can happen, but this one was much more representative. I also do not think it's one of the best options to run, but it's just some ideas that you could try to do against this. By the way, if you're thinking of some other variations with this Katakuri or Kones and stuff like that, I have tried most of this stuff, but the fact that there's a Kaido, it's such high damage, and you ideally you don't want to be tanking that hit unless you're, for example, using a Shirahoshi, and you can kind of hope that the Shirahoshi doesn't die with the special of Kaido, and then you will get a full heal, and then you are kind of okay. So let's actually go with that variation of Shirahoshi, and we're gonna see how it performs. You guys already know how strong this variation is, and how much I really like it. And with this is, I mean, yes, it's RNG. I know I'm saying it all the time, but with this one, it's kind of funny, this variation of Shirahoshi, because literally if you don't have very bad RNG, you're doing very well until very late games. But once you enter the last 30 seconds, the matches in PvP with side teams and hybrid teams just go crazy with that bench, because before with the slashers, the unit didn't have a lot of defense, and entering to the last 30 seconds it was kind of more difficult, and there wasn't a lot of units involved. But with this new meta, when you enter the last 30 seconds, it's actually a lot of the times there's almost all the units alive. So there's a lot of RNG involved with 8 units that are charging their specials so fast, and all the units have such low defense. because it's the last 30 seconds, and with units flying around like Solo Mask and B3 Zoro that deal massive damage until under the last 30 seconds. So that is why I think it's really scary to go up against those times, because right now, for example, here we're looking really well because the Shirahoshi will get a full heal and will actually massively buff the defense of my units, and we should be doing quite fine. Like, we should be tanking that. We should be also tanking the special of Kaido. Even though we don't have the highest of defenses, we are not taking it as badly as we would do in other situations, and here we will massively deal some damage to them, massively, well, not a lot of damage because they have somewhat of a lot of defense, and now we should be tanking that too. And with the special of Rebecca Tosselier, I think we should be killing some units if we don't target at the same time Roger and NL, but let's see how it will actually go. Okay, yes, we killed 2 units actually, and now with the special of Roger, we should be killing Kaido, and that is actually gonna be really cool, because yes, the enemy Roger will get to activate, probably, and that will kill our Rebecca Toy Soldier, but apart from that, we should be quite okay. But that's what I was saying with that very RNG late games with this Soul Mask here. This is just so scary, and I fear that the Soul Mask will activate on the last 30 seconds. Yes, as I was saying. So the PP Whitebeard is dead. Fortunately enough for us, he just misses on all the other units, and our Shirahoshi gets to activate. Their Enel will activate somehow the special with barely no HP. The same goes with Kaido. So yeah, as you can see, they're having somewhat of a good RNG in their favor because their units were staying alive for a long time with almost no HP. But we should be okay. We will have to tank the special of PP Whitebeard. I don't think that's gonna be killing our Enel, but our Kaku, yes. But we will get a fully max Solo Mask, and that will be massive for us. And I think we are just okay. And as you guys saw, it wasn't that as close as the other matches. It was close because it's the last 30 seconds, and with 8 units on or 7 units in both of the teams in the last 30 seconds, it can get really crazy. But that's how normally in this PvP meta is gonna be. So yeah, we will have to get used to such exciting and kind of very RNG late games. But yeah, so this is gonna be the first team using Shirahoshi. As you guys saw, it was performing really well until the last 30 seconds, and then it's really scary when you start to see that the enemy team has a fully maxed Solo Mask on the last 30 seconds. So yeah, but as you guys see, if you see the result, it's not as scary. We just lost 3 units, but when we were actually doing the match, we were actually seeing a lot of threats and danger that could have happened, and some happened, some didn't, because that's the RNG part. But yeah, I'm gonna try to find another one, and we're also gonna be using the Shirahoshi. Mainly when I see a hybrid team, I use the Shirahoshi variation, by the way, but I have also been trying the previous one as quite a bit, but not a lot, because you guys saw that it can get very sketchy. But yeah, so let's see if I can find another one, and if not, I will be right back. Okay, so I managed to find another one. This one is also an 8-man team, but it has an Otama on the bench instead of another damaging unit like Kaku. So it's good and bad at the same time. The Otama can be scary with the healing, but apart from that, if we are dealing enough damage with our bench units and we are debuffing their defense, we should be kind of okay. But let's see. So because normally the first unit to die will probably be Kaido, so yeah, the Otama can heal the Sai units, which can be quite annoying because they are the ones that get a lot of defense. But well, if we are on a late game, that shouldn't be mattering that much. But yeah, so the Kaido doesn't activate now. He will probably activate close to 70-second mark, or like 67 probably. Let's see if I'm right. But yeah, by that time we will have actually not activated anything else apart from, like, so we will have to tank it with our current defense, which is not that bad because the Shirahoshi actually has a lot of defense right now, which is the unit that matters. As long as we don't lose the other units, after that the Shirahoshi can actually heal the rest of our units, so it's not as scary. The only scary thing now is that we might be losing B3 Law with the special of B3 Law, the enemy B3 Law, and I think that's actually what's going to happen. Yeah, that was kind of annoying because now we get a heal from Shirahoshi that would have saved that law, but we get a fully max PvP Whitebeard, so we cannot complain that much. And we will have to tank now the special of Roger, and they have to charge the specials again, and we have the special of PvP Whitebeard ready to go. So, oh, okay, so their enel just charged before activating. That was kind of very good luck for them. But yeah, so we kill the Kaido. As I was saying, they will get a heal from Otama. That will heal the Roger basically. And now we can start to deal a lot of damage to them with the enel and the Rebecca Toy Soldier. Let's see, who do we target? If we target Otama, she's basically gone. But no, we don't target her. Our Roger is looking like he will die now. And now we will get a fully max Kaku from the bench. Okay, that was very unfortunate. I think we're gonna be losing this one. I mean, not by that much, because the Kaku should be killing, for example, the Otama now. Okay, somehow my Kaku didn't activate, but that was actually good because we entered on the last 30 seconds, so they have really low defense. We managed to kill the Roger, and now we will get a heal with Shirahoshi. Okay, no, unfortunately we don't. And yeah, okay, that was a loss. So yeah, we will just have to wait so that we lose. It was kind of unfortunate this match. Actually, really annoying that our B3 Law died there, because he would have survived with the heal of Shirahoshi. I don't really know why he was so low in HP. Well, because of Kaido, but yeah. So well, I decided to bring you another match. Like, I was editing the video, and I wanted to put some other good results, because I was feeling that that Shirahoshi team with that last match was kind of a bad RNG match. So I wanted to also show you more good results of this team, because when I'm playing championship, I'm also all the time almost using the Shirahoshi team against these hybrid teams, and I'm getting pretty good results. So that was very bad RNG the last match, but yeah. So let's see how it goes. I will have to analyze the order of attacks and timings and everything, because a lot of the times things happen kind of in a similar way, and if we can actually predict that, for example, now the Kaido attacked on the second 75, so he will probably be activating at second 62, 63, in which we are gonna be losing now on a little bit of defense. Hopefully we will get to activate our enel and will buff our defense. So hopefully that is something that can happen, and if we actually get to activate the Shirahoshi, that's gonna be massive, because even if we'll get only a partial heal, we will actually be getting a defense of level 5, which can actually help us a lot in terms of tanking that special of Kaido. And well, and if we manage to kill Kaido as it happened here, we are completely okay. We will get now a heal. It's not a full heal, but it's a substantial heal with a defense of level 5, which is massive. And yeah, okay, let's see how we do. The enel will activate now their special. Let's see what unit does he target. Okay, their B3 Law is not ready. Let's see, I think our B3 Law can actually survive that, and we will get a special of B3 Law, which is gonna be quite useful. Let's see, so fixed damage here. They are getting quite low on HP, which is good for us. A little bit of debuffing for whenever our enel activates, and can actually help us a lot. So the Roger will activate. Okay, no, he won't activate. The enemy Roger, I meant. And now we will get the special of our enel, which will be killing some units, I think. Okay, no, but he will be getting the units really low, and our special of Roger is the main thing. Now we will killing pretty much, I think, all 5 of their units. Yeah, and now we just the bench units, which is scary because it's a PvP Whitebeard, a fully max PvP Whitebeard on the last 30 seconds, which can deal a lot of damage. But we will actually get some defense, which is okay. So yeah, Kaku will die if the PvP Whitebeard activates and targets him. Yeah, Kaku is dead, but okay, not as dead as as I expected, but yeah. And now it's just GG. As you guys saw, this match worked really well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be leaving it in here. So I think all the matches that we did illustrated a little bit that yeah, both of these teams are really strong. So obviously it's gonna be really hard to find a counter that works 100% of the ways, and probably it doesn't exist. So these are some of the ideas that I have been having. As I mentioned, I'm currently on holidays, so I have only had like the first 5 days of championship or 3 days of championship to actually test all of these teams really fast. So maybe whenever you see this video, I have some better ideas, and whenever I'm back, I can upload some better results. But that's gonna be it for what I have for these teams. So here we're gonna start to see some screenshots of results of matches. So here, as you can see, it's Shirahoshi variation beating the hybrid team. Shirahoshi variation with actually a Konis here. I was trying different stuff, and a B3 Zoro on the bench. It's also possible to use a Kaido on the bench and against a hybrid with Germa. So it didn't have Roger, so it wasn't the best of variations, but yeah. Next, Shirahoshi going up against the same teams that we have been going up against in a fully max one. Another Shirahoshi beating the hybrid team. Here the same, another Shirahoshi beating the one of the hybrid teams with a Roger, so with Germa. Another one, another one. Like as you can see, Shirahoshi is the variation that I use the most. Another one, another Shirahoshi, and as you guys saw here, it was a very clean win. And here you can see a hybrid team, but this time with a Corazon variation. Here another Corazon variation, Shirahoshi variation. Here, as you guys saw, you can still lose. It was a very close match, as you guys see. Like there was just 2 units with absolutely 0 defense, and just by normal attacks and activation and stuff, I lost, but it was really close. And then here another Shirahoshi, as you guys see, it's a very clean win against a fully max 8-man team with a hybrid team, and as you guys saw, it worked really well. Another win. And here you guys see this weird variation that it can also show very good results, like in this one against another fully max 8-man team, and I just lost 2 units, which were the more squishy units, and that's gonna be it. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of these matches and what do you think of the hybrid team. As you guys saw, I really think it's a very strong team, and if you guys saw my tier list video of best teams, if you haven't checked that out, I will link it here on top. But yeah, so definitely a really strong team and a really cool team to be able to counter, because there's actually a lot of these teams in the championship and in the top ranks, so it's good to know what team to use against. But that's gonna be it. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.